Hey Modrunners, welcome back for another episode. Today's episode is a special episode. Today I'm going to be showing you my progress for the first time of my How to Train Your Dragon 2 cosplay costume. I started this way back in February by pulling some screen grabs, some shots from the sneak trailer. And so I decided I was going to do a costume, starting with pictures and then kind of working my way up. I will do more episodes about this costume later, but today is the premiere. Just because I wanted to show you the progress that I've gotten so far. So first off, let's start with the bracers. If you've seen How to Train Your Dragon costume, he's got these new bracers, gauntlets, and all this was done and carved from leather. All the detail, all the work I did, I started off going up to Tandy Leather in Hollywood. There's other Tandy Leathers out there, and you can order stuff online. I'll put a link in the description. Kind of working through. Somebody out there, one of the guys that worked there, gave me some advice, kind of gave me some tips, and it started with carving things out onto yoga mats. And yoga mat had a little bit of a thicker than just paper, and so I started. I'll actually have some progress report pictures later on, but these are the bracers. Once again, carved out of leather, all hand carved, hand done. I found out later that they open up, so I actually had to adjust it so it opens up. So this is the left bracer, and the knife actually comes out, all wrapped in leather, hand carved from wood, and this is the left bracer. The next thing I have, which I'm going to do a special episode on, is the carving of the dragon scales. This one here, regular flat piece of leather, and each one of these scales is all hand carved. I'll have a close-up picture in a minute. And then the exciting part is the upper armor. So this is the upper armor. Unfortunately, from my original pictures, I did not see that this is actually not even. So in his actual costume, I found out later, it does not have this extra piece of lacing. But for my original pictures, I had the one side and I wasn't sure about the other. So I just went even on both sides. So it's not as screen accurate as I had hoped, but I really put a lot of work into it and I don't want to change it. But this is the upper armor. Each one of these straps, all hand carved, these metal buckles, hand cut, hand pounded into the S curves. The button hooks all are functional. Opens up, all dyed, collar, everything. The shield, once again, and the underarms, all hand done. I'll put some progress report pictures in them, and I'll start describing those in a second. But this is the upper armor, all hand carved, hand stitched. Each stitching was all done individually. And this is the premiere of my upper armor. This is the first time I'm sharing this and these pictures in this video with anybody. A few friends have seen them in person, but this is the first time I'm sharing it with the YouTube audience. So I'm very, very pleased with the work that was done. And we'll do some close-up pictures. Okay, so as you can see, this is a close-up of the undervest slash under armor. All hand-carved dragon scales, like I said. In Hiccup's world, in How to Train Your Dragon, they have access to dragon scaled leather. Obviously, dragons don't exist in our world, so I had to hand carve these all individual. I will put out a very special episode on exactly how I did it, but as you can see, each individual scale carved, details, and stamped. There ended up being 455 scales, so a lot of scales, and it just started off this leather here. This is the same leather that this one was. This is what it started as, and through the process, this is what it ended up being. And then I decided to put in the eyelets here instead of, Hiccup doesn't have them in his picture, but I'm going to be taking this on and off somewhat frequently, and so I didn't want to, I've already kind of torn the leather in a few places that I've had to fix, so I put the eyelets in so that it makes lacing up a lot easier. And then these are just tests for where the straps, that's what these are, where I'm going to end up putting in the straps for later on. Here we have the upper armor, and as you can see here, this dragon emblem, pressed, all done, each individual stitching on the collar, all done, the buckle pounded, all the rivets put in, the shoulders, the under shoulder. In his picture, these are actually laced, but to do all individual lacing, I knew it was going to take me forever, and I decided to kind of create the illusion of the lacing instead by putting in the kind of grooves here. And all done. Here's the shield, and the tricky thing about the shield was it's actually multiple layers. There's an under shield as well as the upper shield for these other straps to go through, and I decided to tie in this guy underneath here so it wasn't flopping around as much. And then the back stitched up, carved, and then for the dorsal fin, I'll hopefully be able to get that in time actually functioning. Here we have close-ups of the bracers. Underneath, stitched in, the D-rings belted across. When I originally made it, I had the webbing go through the under gauntlet here, but I found out later through one of the trailers that it opens up. This is where he stores his map. So I'm not going to be carrying around a map, so I decided I'm going to be able to store, like when I'm walking around at a convention, put my credit card, money, and that way I can store it, and once again it'll close up. And it'll close up. And then this guy here, all this wet molding, stitching, single stitching and then double stitching through here, carving up the knife, painting it, getting the leather all wrapped and all set. Underneath, all button riveted in, the strap and the finger for that guy. So that is that's the progress. So those are the close-up pictures of the costume. I hope you're excited as much as excited as I am about the movie coming out in 2 weeks. It premieres June 13th. So if you are going to go see it, please leave comments down below if you liked the movie. If you didn't like the movie, hopefully you liked the movie. I'm super excited. Or if you're just excited to see it in general, go ahead and leave comments down below at the bottom. As always, please subscribe to the channel. You can get updates of other videos as well out there, not just the costume videos. But if you're interested in costume videos, go ahead and leave comments down below like, how did you do this or how did you do that? I will do my best to try and answer them. I still have a lot of work left to do. I have the pants and the legs side stirrups to do. I have the wings and the helmet to do. So I still have a lot of time. So all of my free moments are going to be going towards that. But if you do have any questions, please go ahead and leave them down below. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you liked the videos. Subscribe to the videos for other videos. I put out a new video every Friday. Other than that, I hope you have a great weekend. 2 weeks, How to Train Your Dragon 2. But whatever it is out there you go and do, make sure you find your passion.